I was recently watching YouTube, right? And there was this YouTuber I used to watch. He was a streamer, you know. I'm only bringing him up in particular because, it happened to him, It was like crashing out in a sense, or burning bridges, and being creating negativity, you know. And I genuinely think that's one of the worst things you can do. You just kind of burn all bridges and isolate yourself. When I believe, we gotta have a strong team, tell us, yo, you're crashing out in a sense. You're crashing out, you're walling. You need a strong, even if it's just one person, you need someone to hit you, not physically, but put you in your place in a sense where it's like, yo, calm down, like you're acting crazy, you're being irrational in a sense, because in a sense of just that toxicity, like being toxic, that's what it essentially comes down to, being toxic and just spreading negativity and doing things that are reckless, doing things that are so reckless. Because I wasn't the best shot, but I wasn't necessarily bad. But I've seen people do dumb things and reckless things. Just being young and immature in a sense, it doesn't lead to the best path. You gain nothing from doing that. You literally gain nothing from doing that. You put yourself at risk, if anything. You really put yourself at risk. But sometimes that lesson has to be hit into you. It has to be beat into you. You're being reckless. It's gonna show you the fruits of your efforts. You're putting an effort to act that way, and it's gonna show you one way or another what that leads you to. And sometimes it pains me to say, but it's like they get caught up in some devastating situation where either their life is taken or they get put behind bars or something, and it's like, in one sense, it's like they made that bed, now they gotta lay in it. But it's like, it's a shame that it had to get to that point. It's a shame that they got to that point, that no one was able to truly tell them. And that's the thing, some people just be so hard-headed and won't learn the lesson until it's too late. It's a shame that happens sometimes. Even it doesn't even have to be on the extremity. It's like we have a limited amount of time, but we're so reckless with it. We're so reckless with our time. We only have a certain amount, and we just waste it. We waste it for no reason. Whether it's hesitating on doing something, overthinking. We have an idea or a vision what we want to do, but we set ourselves back. I want to go to the gym, but I don't like when people look at me. Like, it's overthinking. It's overthinking. People 90% of the time aren't even paying attention to you. And I feel like 5% of the time it's like they're the other 5% of the time, if they notice you, it's like, okay, cool, you're going to the gym, congrats. And and this isn't even just close to what I felt like it is, but I'm just saying it just to kind of convey a point. It's like the other 5%, it's like, they may say a little joke, but nothing really, they don't really care. It doesn't matter what the opinions of others are. In that same sense, don't get so lost in, being entitled and thinking you're right. It's finding that balance between, okay, I'm acting out of character, I'm being reckless, I'm doing something dumb, and okay, they don't see the vision. They don't see what is in it for me or why I'm doing it. And I think there's a clear distinction between it. I think there is definitely a clear distinction, because it's what are the possible results that come out of it, doing something dumb and reckless. You play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We know that saying. We know. But some of us still tend to do it just because, whether we want acceptance, whether we want to appear to be cool, or just whatever it might be. We may be so far down a rabbit hole that we can't see a way out. When in reality, it's separation that just kind of, separation and boundaries that kind of just says it. You know, some may be more extreme than others, but even in just mental health things, it's like, find someone you know, I'd say obviously seek professional help if possible, but at the same like, hopefully, you know, if you get a therapist, hopefully they do an amazing job. You know, I hear a lot of times that the therapists aren't the best, but I don't know, I can't speak on it because I've never gone to therapy or nothing, so I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm just making an assumption from what I've heard just over time, and, you know, we gotta regulate ourselves in a way. Who is the version of ourselves we want to be? I realize the older I get, the more I realize I can't say the same. Not in a way where I'm in a rush to change, but it's in a way that it's naturally happening, it's naturally occurring, that just as new experiences come, I don't necessarily think the same. I necessarily don't think the same. And, you know, seeing upon that situation where it's like, it's painful to see, you know, I don't even want to say the name of the streamer, but it's probably obvious if you're into, you know, that. But it's like, it's a shame to see how some people just refuse to get help or don't think they have a problem, and it just leads them down a dark road. I'm not saying that to be negative, but it's like, it hurts to see, I'm not gonna lie. It genuinely sucks to see. And, you know, hopefully you can be a light or a source of light to the people around you, whether it's kids, adults, people your age, your peers, you know, and be a sort of, I wouldn't say role model, but a sort of positive figure in people's lives. Because that's what I truly just want to be. I just want to be a positive figure in other people's lives. You know, create a positive impact, and, you know, hopefully that spreads. You know, hopefully my kindness rubs off on someone else, and that rubs off on someone else, and it's hopefully, but I can't control that. I'm gonna just do what I can. You know, if all I can do is think about it, it's not worth thinking about. You know? So what's the point of just overthinking about things? If you can't change it, if you can't control it, if you can't, you know, do anything about it, don't worry about it. That's not in your control. And that's easier said than done for some people. I understand that. But just relax. That's what I had to say. Relax. You know, breathe. Just close your eyes, just breathe a little bit. And, you know, just feel that emotion and just let it go. Just let it go. Because I genuinely don't want to see people just waste themselves, waste the potential they have. Because even now people say, oh, I used to be so smart, I used to be so talented, I used to this, I used to that. But it's like they're still alive, they're still breathing, and they can still try if they want to. They can still make it. Sure, you know, on one level they could have been farther than where they are now. But if you don't start, you're gonna have that same thought, and you're gonna be in that same loop. So like, let's say, okay, I wanted to learn the piano at 15. Sure, if you would have started at 15, you'd be so much farther than where you are at 25. But if by 25 you haven't started, and you still don't start, and you're at 35 now. It's this cycle of waiting. But if you started at 25, you'd be further than where you were at 35 if you didn't start. You know, it's all in relation to you, all in relation to your actions and what you truly want. That's what matters. That's what truly matters. You know, what do you want for yourself? What do you want for yourself? Ask yourself that. That's what truly matters. You know, be kind to others, of course. Be kind to yourself above all. And just don't crash out. Don't crash out. You gain nothing from being reckless, being dumb. You know, it might be fun in the moment, sure, but it's just short-term satisfaction. I believe it doesn't lead you nowhere nice, and we all know that. I feel as if that's an easy thing to understand, but why do we keep doing it? It might be because we have so much built within us that is the only way we know how to respond. You know, that's why I'd say go see, you know, a therapist or something. But if not, be able to talk about it, be able to do things within yourself or just learn about things that work for you, whether it's meditation, journaling, if it's, you know, playing a sport, boxing, yoga, whatever it might be. Hopefully you find something that truly just calms your soul, that puts you in positive emotions. You know, listening to music at certain frequencies, eating right, getting some exercise. It doesn't have to be like you get buff. It's just doing a bit of exercise, even if it's just going on a nice 10-minute walk. You know, create a lifestyle for yourself where it's beneficial. You know, it keeps your body, your mind healthy, and your soul healthy too. You can't forget about your emotions. You can't forget about your thoughts. Of course not. Just health overall. You know, self-care at its finest. I guess the reason why I wanted to talk about that, I didn't even really talk about it, but I just wanted to talk about just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of others around you. Be aware that, you know, you do stupid things, expect stupid results. We all know that. It's so obvious, but it's just a reminder. It's really just a reminder. Because it's a shame to see people who waste themselves in things that don't create positivity. It doesn't even have to be positivity, but create happiness, joy, and, you know, and even if it doesn't create that, but it doesn't bring destruction and chaos or just anger and just, you know, anger is bound to happen. You know, anger isn't necessarily bad. You know, it's like, but you know what I mean, just that destruction, that chaos. Because anger is like, you know, I feel as if there's some sort of healthy anger. It's like if someone's in your personal space, you get a little bit angry. It's like, get out of my space. That's healthy anger. But you know what unhealthy anger looks like. We all do. I just want to get off there. You know, take care of yourselves. You know, I'm glad if you made it this far, thank you. If you didn't, thank you. Hopefully you just keep living with your best interest. By best interest, I mean, you know, best for your mind, body, soul, and becoming a version of yourself that is more fulfilled. And if you're already feeling fulfilled, if you're already on that path, perfect, amazing. Keep going. Keep going. On that, I just kind of need to leave it off there. See ya.